This week we're featuring Topaz. A shout out to Lady Journey, Lace Agate under the microscope cam, Kazbars on Why'd I Buy That, 17 new jokes, and pack your saddlebags, it's time for a Lady Journey. I'm starting a business where I recycle old modems, and we're calling it the landfill. Let's start the show. So this is it looks tumbled, right? It looks like it was in a tumbler. It's called alluvial, which means that the mountain or hill or wherever it formed has weathered away. And as the weathering of the weathers away, the mountain, hillside, or wherever, then this is exposed, it breaks loose, it rolls down the hill, and in that sense, it becomes tumbled. So it is tumbled, just not in a tumbling machine. It's in a tumbling nature. It's naturally tumbling, just like the rest of us. And if you're familiar with the shape of topaz, it does grow in crystal points. They're hexagonal in shape. It's more really a sort of an octagon kind of a thing. And it has a cleave plane perpendicular to the growth plane. So if it grows up, then it cuts. Oh, hold on. Do 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 do. Ka-ching. Okay. So if the topaz crystal is growing up, it cleaves perpendicular to that. So if you think about how a crystal's end member grade on the end of the crystal, it's better quality crystal. So this end point is better quality crystal with topaz when it cleaves off like this. If it cleaves off and then you get the top portion, that's usually a better quality crystal. Now, this gem isn't perfect crystal. You know, not everything that forms up on the tip is perfect, but it is pretty good. It's pretty clean. Look at that picture. Isn't that clean? That's nice stuff. Okay, and in the one panel of the back, it's reflecting the wood grains, and in the other panel, it's reflecting the blue stripe, and in the other, it's reflecting the white color, and in the other, it's showing the clear, sort of how you can see the wood grain. It was kind of hard to get it just perfect so it would show all of them because it wants to reflect everything. But my point is that this, you're actually like the crystal grows up and then you're looking at the point of it, and the cleave part is away from us right now. And you can sort of see the blue stripe here and here. I don't know if you can tell or not, but I'm excited about this stone. It's neat. Okay, so that's the cleavy part, that flat bottom part, and that's more of the top pointy part. And there's a big dirt deep spot there. Gotta grind most of that away. It's a tough part about gems is grinding away the big spots. Buds and Hazard, how's it going? Big old piece puffs and piece pipes and puffs and pieces and pipes and more puffs and more piece. Hey, have you ever worn the pants called Lee pipes? More of those. Perfect picture, buds. Cause okay, so hear me out. The ones that I had, they had like 25-inch bottoms. Yay! All right, cool, neat, big comfy pants. Yeah. Tangly pants, kind of at that point. But check it out. Four. Wait, that many. Four back pockets, cause it was two on each side. Ching ching. Four back pockets. That's cool stuff. I like that. So, let's see. Let's get to the microscope portion, shall we? How you going? What's it doing? How's your week? Yours. You. Yes, not me. Yeah, not the I already talked to the stone. It's all right. Look, it's happy. What about you? Cuz I care. I want to know. I want to know. And I got to give a shout out to Lady Journey podcast. So, you guys know like I went to New York and I told some jokes for Gladys Simon. Um got to get the microscope going, and that was a lot of fun. And the person who introduced me to Gladys was Tom Kelly. And you may remember a while back I interviewed Christian Blatt, who's friends with Tom Kelly. They went to college together. And they both interned at Saturday Night Live together. And I was talking to Tom, and he introduced me to Gladys, but also on one of Tom's shows, Tom was interviewing the hosts of Lady Journey. Katie Hannigan and Sarah Tolomash. So, the hosts of Lady Journey, Katie Hannigan and Sarah Tolomash, do this podcast called, you guessed it, Lady Journey. And it's hilarious, and it's also educational, and it's fun. And so I'm looking for other podcasts to listen to, and so I'm listening to their podcast, and every podcast they designate a stone. And I heard them talking about how they were needing more stones. And I was like, oh, I've got some stones. And so I was like, all right, you know what? I'm just going to send them an email, see if they want some stones. They were like, sure. Send us some stones. And so I did. And then they talked about them. And so I'm going to show you guys some of that stuff. And let's see. First, I wanted to... Wait. That was the wrong one. It's supposed to be this one? No. This one. Yeah. Okay. All right. Zooming in. Okay, and Kala, I've got some opals to show you. Yeah. I'm excited because it's one of them. Because you know how we're hard up for material? I've got a couple of them that I think are too small. This thing's plenty big enough, and I think it's going to work, and I think it's going to look great. Look at how glassy that is. You can see the stripes in the background, right? It's so clean. And then when I turn it the other side and get it just right, and it's like it's refracting them so well. It's so mirrory, and it's got those little bubbles in it. And then if you look, you can kind of just barely see like the blue stripes inside of it. And I was so glad I got some of that, because that blue just under the right light comes through. Here, I'll give you the rotate appearance. I am so happy with this gem. I just love Topaz. It's so hard, but it always turns out so well. Look at that point. I did that by hand. Which means if I did it, so can you. Because you're awesome. Okay? But I wanted to show you this and some opal and a piece of obsidian. But I really wanted to show you this piece of lace agate. Because I gotta shout out Steve Bennett too. So Steve Bennett is a writer, and he's a fellow stonecutter. Look at those bubbles in there. Isn't that kind of neat? It's like a plane of bubbles. It's like a wet period. You know, like a really, really wet period. Like a flood or something, you know. Turn it that way. And then we'll come back and go this way. And those bubbles like formed inside of the stone. So Steve Bennett's a writer, and he wanted some help with his formatting for his book. And we got to talking about stones. And we got to talking about Apache's tears and obsidian. So I wanted to show one piece of obsidian that I shaped by hand a long time ago. I think this was even before I started live streaming. But I just really love this piece. It's so basic. But it was all back in the hand days, the hand doing it days. And it's a black gem, right? It's a black stone. So that's a cat fuzz. So this is an Apache's tear. This is a piece of obsidian. It's a piece of volcanic glass obsidian that I just kind of shaped by hand. And I didn't really take a whole lot of time shaping it at the time, but I thought, you know, it turned out pretty well. And it's glass, but it's volcanic glass. It's natural glass, you know. So it has kind of different appearance with the ash in it. The way that it's more on some areas than other areas. I don't know. I thought it turned out pretty well, so I figured it would be worth showing under the microscope portion of the program. And so Steve mentioned shaping some obsidian, but I also wanted to thank him for donating this sample of crazy lace agate. And here I gotta show you guys. This is the size of that black Apache's tear obsidian ring. It's perfect for a ring. It's a big old ring. Not a cocktail ring. Nice, you know, day wear, average wear, fancy wear. Kind of a gem that you could wear. And then the Topaz one is this one here. Look at that. Isn't that flashy? It's nice. I love Topaz. I have a thing for it. I don't know why. It's just so much fun to shape, it turns out. And it's the one that's in the picture and the one that I'm shaping right now. And I started off with 100, went to a 240, went right up to a 1000 grit. I found that it's easier to just buy new 1000 grits than it is to try and deal with a 500 and then 1000. Because I actually wind up losing more stone if I do that than if I just use 1000 grit. Oh, I wanted to mention that on this stone, I did actually kind of put a point on the tip. And you'll see me make it like toward the end. It's like round this and then round this. And I round this and then I round this into a point and I don't go across. But then when I hold it at an angle to get the little angle facet, I do go across in one sweep. And that gives it kind of a rounded with a point, and it kind of emphasizes that point in the tip. But I wanted to thank Steve Bennett for donating this crazy lace agate. You know what? I'm going to have to give Steve another shout out because I got to get the title of his book right because it's not coming out yet, and I don't know if he wants me to say it or not. But I will give him the artist a shout out. So this is a type of agate, and it's really neat stuff. It's like this right in here. This stuff should be kind of clear when we polish it. Like a light should pass through it. And then this is a decorative lace looking. Tastes like Three Musketeers. It looks like Three Musketeers. How's it going with Jamie? It looks doesn't it kind of look like nougat? I always wondered what nougat was. It's kind of tasty, right? I mean, all you know, all I really knew is it wasn't chocolate, and I was always just really into chocolate. But then you get a Hershey's chocolate bar, and it's not all you imagined it would be. Oh, Vijaymi, so Lady Journey, you'll probably appreciate that. Check that out. Okay, so the stone here, right? This is where I got rid of all the bad stuff. I had to decide what I was going to do with it. And I wanted to save the blue stuff, so that's basically the next video. So the Lady Journey podcast, they are comedians in Manhattan, and they are very, very funny. They let's see, one of them, Katie Hannigan, just like 3 days ago on Wednesday, I think, released a special, hilarious stuff. Filmed it at the New York Comedy Club, and Sarah Tolomash has a special on her channel too, which I should have a link to both of their channels, and I think they do on the Lady Journey channel, which I have pinned, and it's also in the description. Where is the other? I got number 3, video number 3. Where's video number 2? Is it this one? Nope. Is it this one? Nope. Bingo. Bango. Bongo. And Ra. I changed my mind, Milky Way. By the way, hope you're doing super duper good. Okay, Jamie, I am actually organizing a comedy showcase at Bally's Casino, Rock Island, June 17th, 8 p.m. Doors open at 6. Tickets are free, must be 21 or over to enter. We're featuring 5 fantastic comedians from the local area. These guys are great. It's coming up quick too, so I gotta get to the end of the show, and wish you all a well and a great week. And we'll talk about it more next week, right? Because that's gonna be a thing. And we got to get a piece of this polished because this is some really cool stuff. Thank you, Steve Bennett. Doesn't it kind of look like a giant like I don't know, like what are those things called that stand up in the desert? A mesa, right? Like a Star Wars mesa? I don't know. I'm gonna hide behind it because I don't know. Here, I'll make it bigger so I can hide behind it. Hiding behind it. Do 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 do. Okay. So I was hiding behind that. So that was the thing that happened. And let's see, 1 second here. I gotta get Steve. I wonder if I can get a link to Steve's book. I'm not sure if he sells it online or not. He might only sell it in person. But that would be cool because that is really nice of him to donate that to the show. He's an awesome guy. So, let's see, Lady Journey. Jamie, I probably have like 9,000 things that I was gonna tell you, but most of them are probably go to the Discord and check out this meme or something like that. So it's probably not that important. Let's see, where are we? We got video rolling. We did the camera, so we got to do wide eye by that. But first, I think before I do wide eye by that, I'm going to tell you why I subscribed to that Lady Journey podcast. So this is going to be kind of rough because I was not planning on that. I'll let you know how it goes, Jamie. I'll tell you it because it's going to be super duper good. Like even better than a Three Musketeers way. A three milky tears away. Nailed it. I think I'm getting better at writing jokes too, which actually lately the problem is things have been coming at me so fast that I haven't been feeling them out. Like I need to take the time to actually be like, okay, this is how I want this joke to go. And we'll get to that in the joke portion of the program really, really soon because I need to get to that. But I was trying to do this very, very bumpy.
Hey, on the Tom Kelly Show.
Bumpy thing. Okay, so here I'm going to show where Tom was talking to the Lady Journey hosts. Wait a minute. That's number 2. Where's number 1? So there was 2 times he talked to them. Yeah, this is probably like total dead air. I'm looking through his channel trying to decipher which one was the first one. Because the second one's probably... Okay, there we go. It's like camouflage.
Yes,
And then,
love that.
Okay, so... let's try this.
one fan, Jacob Lee Downey. I'm saying his name now. I think we're about to give you one super fan because
I
you
love
start
it.
every podcast talking. Talk to someone who had New York plates in a gas station in New York.
Okay, so let me pull this up on the... show you guys what's going on. Oh, scope.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, last one. You with the gemstones. We have one fan, Jacob Lee Downey. I'm saying his name now. I think we're about to give you one super fan because you start every podcast talking about a gemstone, and we have one super fan here who is in the gemstone business.
Oh,
he does it as a hobby.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we love gems. We love gems. We love crystals.
Yes.
And
Wait, you both do? Because you seem kind of cool about it.
I'm ironically into them.
yes. When I say we,
feel like
I'm speaking as Lady Journey, the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
We as Lady Journey, the podcast, believe a quartz can charge. You could charge a quartz to charge your soul.
Sure.
Very symbolic of Lady Journeys.
Yes.
It's celery juice, but in rock formation.
Yes. And they
Gotcha.
look pretty.
Yeah.
All right. So where's the so it's Lady Journeys, the podcast, and then what are we plugging on the TikToks and the Instagrams or any of those things?
We would love people to follow our YouTube page. So we are on YouTube at Lady Journey Podcast, right?
And that's what I tagged up in the corner. Is the comment that's pinned is their Lady Journey YouTube, which I am about to show you right now. If I can find it. Okay, done and El Dunzomatron. So videos, they do shorts and stuff too.
So
Okay.
this first stone is, whoopsie, okay,
Broken.
And
Also, we have an incredible person, Jacob Downey. Please check out his YouTube, youtube.com/Jacob E. Downey. He is a stone expert, and he has provided us with a generous donation of mystical and magical stones for our upcoming Patreon dedications. and I love him. I really enjoy his channel, and I have subscribed to it. So check it out, Jacob Downey, and his YouTube is Jacob E. Downey. So this first stone is, whoopsie, okay,
broken.
and it is broken. This is a ruby. How incredible is this? It's a flat ruby. Gorgeous.
Isn't that crazy? I really got in on TikTok. I got into Tumblr,
Oh,
rock
yes,
tumblers.
rock tumbling. It's so relaxing.
I
So
was
relaxing.
like, it's been in there for 8 weeks. I'm so excited.
What's it doing in there? I feel like that's what I'm trying to do with my life.
Yeah,
I'm just
rock tumbling.
rock tumbling myself. It's a ruby. This one is going out for Jason. Jason, this ruby, how precious, is dedicated to you. This is for improved energy, concentration, creativity, honor, and loyalty. So get out there and write that screenplay, Jason. This is your
So that's Lady Journey, and they do they talk about stones on every show. So shout out to them for being awesome and for talking about my channel. Yeah, actually it is kind of funny that she said Jacob E. Downey. I'm wondering if I wrote it down wrong, or maybe the L doesn't come through because it looks kind of like a line. But it is Jacob Lee Downey. But anyway, that was very sweet of them. They're very, very, very nice people. And very, very funny, too. Check out their comedy. They are very, very good at what they do. So, wanted to give them a shout out and a thanks for giving me the shout out. We are just shouting. You'd think there's a fight going on, but it's not. It's very, very kind, thoughtful shouting. And, I mean, there is a whole lot of variables. And we probably can roll the final piece of footage so I can get you guys out of here and on your way, because I got a couple of jokes. Not very good jokes. They're not very finished out. But this gem is. Isn't that thing beautiful? And so are you, all of you. You are very, very beautiful. I'm doing it again. We're going to see how many of those we can fit in here. Start a counter going. And throw some tomatoes while you're at it, because we're almost to that part of the show. You know what I bought? Snack cakes. That's right, because I'm huge and I love eating snack cakes. Actually, why did I buy that? Chocolate. Chocolate. Okay, so it's right. I'm kind of tall, right? I'm about 6'4". So it's right about eye level. It's which one did I buy, right? And why did I buy it? I like my money. I like money. Why am I taking it up out of my pocket? Okay, so up on the top shelf, going along, there's this like white background. It's got some blue, some purple, and there's like the perfect chocolate bar with chocolate in it. And there's another one with not as much chocolate, but nobody cares about that. It's taking up space. They should have just doubled up on the here's your chocolate bars. And I've never heard of them before. And it's supposed to have like a crispy layer, and it didn't really but I mean, it was okay, but I don't know. I'm probably not going to buy more of them. Maybe I will, but I mean, it was kind of good and it looked good, and I love chocolate, and that's why I bought it. Have you ever bought chocolate Kazbars? And why did you buy that? Was it because you like chocolate? Or was there something else going? Kiwi, how's it going? Maybe they thought the L was silent. Yes, they are very, very nice. They might actually think so as well. Oh, how to garden? How's it going? We're cutting some topaz. Shaping it up. Making it happen. Oh, maybe they thought the L was silent. Yeah, it's a silent L, and there's an invisible G, and there's probably a couple other, like, letters that, you know, there's ones that are only visible in, like, the 5th and 9th dimensions, that kind of stuff. I like chocolate donuts too, Colette. Actually, I think I got a joke about that, which reminds me, it is time for the joke portion of the program, which is good because I've got a couple of jokes. Like I say, a lot of these are notes. I'm sorry about this, guys. It's going to be pretty rough because there's not a lot of good ones. That's why okay. I got a different car, and I don't really like how the key is on the dash because it feels like I'm stabbing the car to try and start it, and it's like start, and then I kind of like where the key is up on the steering tree because then it kind of feels like I'm giving a cat, you know, a nice little Q-tip to the ear, and it's like, come on, purr for me, and it's like, vroom. Let's see. Doing laundry is a lot more difficult than expected. It's like there's so many settings on there because, you know, I think about just putting it in there and setting it to go. And then you've got so many different types of fabrics and so many different, like, ways that they're going to wear it. You know, do you need something that's more durable or something that's more light and fresh? Because you got to know, if you're doing laundry, it's so hard. You got to know how people are going to use it. You really got to know the person. And if you're doing your own laundry, that's even more difficult because how well do you know yourself? It's a long way to get to that punchline. With very little delivery, do elephants look at giraffes and ask, why is your whole face at the end of your nose? It's probably early in the morning. Some people say that age is a mindset. It has me thinking maybe people die when they're old because other people die when they're old. It's a lemming situation, you know? Just don't do it. It's a mindset. Just don't do it. If you don't die, you won't be dead. It makes sense, right? My parents worried about me a lot as a child. Someone told me that they're going to be a grandparent. I said, I have to check your qualifications. Do you own a candy bowl? What do you call two pigs that are friends? Pen pals. Pig pen pals. Let's see. So sometimes I have trouble replying. And I decided to explain why I won't reply. I don't really know if this is a joke. It's more of a like a poem sort of a thing. And so this is the poem of why I don't reply. It's because I want to send the perfect reply. You deserve the perfect reply. And I did that last time. I triple, quadruple, and even double, triple, quadruple, nidrobble. It's a word. I checked that too. And I checked. And then I made a sandwich. And then I checked again. And there is no amount of effort that I can put forward to craft a more perfect response than I did the last time. So why even try? And that's why I don't reply. My poem to you, because I care. I also care about what I've been eating, so instead of a donut, I had a cherry turnover, because the turnover has fruit flavor. And we all know that fruit flavor has vitamin flavor, so it's got to be healthy, right? Adulthood equals realizing a couch is a luxury item. I have a fallout shelter for when me and somebody else have a falling out. We're almost done. Yeah, it's a rough week. When I was younger, I thought it would be cool to have some kids running around. And now that I'm a little older, I realize that if I had toddlers running around, I would also own a taser. Shout out to Jeannie, Gene Kim, and Jeff Green, and Richie the Head. We were on a Facebook live stream earlier, and I actually said, here, I'll tell you the original joke, and it didn't go over very well. I did it in person, it didn't go over at an open mic, and I didn't even really like it that much myself, but I read it, you know. Sometimes you read them, you feel them out. And I said, when I was young, I thought it'd be cool to have some kids. And fun to have some little kids running around. And now that I'm older, I realize if I had some toddlers running around, I would also own a net gun. Which a net gun, it's like, what's a net gun? It's a gun that shoots a net. Well, yeah, but really, it's a confusing concept, and being confused does not lead to laughter. And so Jeannie said, change it to taser. And I think taser goes over, tasing kids, it's so shocking. It's so stupid. It's really dumb. I mean, I'll tell you guys a quick story. So I was at a comedy gig last week. Not this last Friday, but a week ago Friday, and I made a joke in front of the other comedians. It was really, really stupid, and I was like, what do you guys think if I just go up on stage and take a dump, and then I scoot around on the carpet with my butt like a dog who ate some dental floss? And they laughed, because it's a funny concept. But to actually see that in real life would be horrifying. And so that's the stark example of the difference between funny in thought and not funny in reality. Which is kind of why I'm trying to get to the end of the joke portion of the program. Starting a business where I recycle old modems, and we're calling it the landfill. The landfill. Yeah, okay. I thought that one is for Kiwi. Oh, it's so funny that Jamie is here. This is so appropriate that Jamie showed up to this one, because I actually finally kind of made this into a joke. I'm actually going to tell this to Gladys and see if she laughs at it, because I walked into the ladies' room. Okay, so here, actually, that was supposed to be a punchline. You guys have to, like, erase your brains for a second. I meant to put a note at the beginning. Okay, we're going to do a different one and come back to it. So my girlfriend's friends are all getting pregnant, and she's depressed. So she's been eating more food, and now her friends think that she's pregnant. And I don't have a finish to that joke. I also don't have girlfriends, so that's probably why I didn't, get the rest of it there. Okay, so, where I live, which is right on the state line, we have two of everything. There's one in this state and one in that state. 2 Walmarts, we got them. 2 McDonald's, we got them. I should say 2 McDonald's, we got them. 2 Walmarts, we got them. 2 hardware stores, we got them. And it's kind of nice because sometimes there isn't a piece that you want in one hardware store, so you got to go to the other hardware store. And I did that the other day. They didn't have the handle I needed, so I went to the other hardware store to get the handle I needed, and I also had to go to the bathroom. So on the way in there, I walk into the bathroom, and I realize, man, they got a lot of stalls in this bathroom. And I'm like, well, I really gotta go, so because that stopped me. I'm walking in there, and I stop, and I see, and I'm like, man, they got a lot of stalls in this bathroom. And I was like, well, okay, I guess things are different over here. So I proceeded, and I got a whole nother footstep into the bathroom before I realized I was in the ladies' room. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they outlawed urinals. Who knows? Things are getting progressive. I can't tell anymore. And I can't believe I did that. But yeah, I don't have an end to that joke. I need to actually restructure it. And that's kind of sort of like how I need to restructure the joke portion of the program. And I need to restructure my week so that I can get to the show in time. Because I love seeing you. All of you. You're all fantastic. You're great people. Fallout Shelter. We all need one of those, right? How to Garden. Colette S. Kiwi Claw DHA. Jamie number 1. Budson Hazard and Lady Journey and Tom Kelly. You guys are all fantastic. I hope you all have a great week because you deserve it. And you're also going to make it with what resources you have and the opportunities you have. You can tell me about it next week and every week at 9 p.m. Eastern.